The not actual drift is you moving towards it. Do you understand? It's fairly simple.
Okay. Can I give you an example of what?
I'm giving you an example.
Coriolis?
I'm giving you one. So what? Middle of my example? Maybe you should give me one. No. Maybe just say yes.
Okay. I understand your example.
Excellent. Now, no worries. Now I've got a question based on my example to you. So the concreted into the ground lamppost isn't actually moving, but is demonstrating this Coriolis deflection, this drift, this not actual movement because we turn underneath it. Now can you explain to me what precisely is the lamppost retaining?
It's not moving.
So it's not retaining any king velocity then? I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the flat.
Okay. He's still saying that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, Ackenbars, come off mute. Come on now.
Pioneers.
Come off mute. What's up, man?
Do you have the availability of the conservation of momentum?
What?
You said I said availability. That was a play on Chekhov before. He was saying availability. Mole Man caught it. I digress.
Can you cue in virus, please? Just cue in virus.
All right, I caught it too. Well, that was pretty funny, by the way. Okay, now the Ackham virus. You said the Coriolis effect was the conservation of momentum. My question is, which one are you talking about? First of all, conservation of momentum. You know, there's two, right?
What are they? Let me see if I heard of them.
What are they?
You don't know?
Hold on.
I'm not sure. I might have heard of them. I might not have.
Your claim.
You might have heard of them.
Your claim.
Come on, even I know them.
Hold on, virus. In the
What
chat,
is it?
To me personally.
What is it, Neil?
Hold on, just one
Sorry,
second.
Nathan.
Virus, you've told me personally that conservation of momentum is Coriolis effect. You've said those. That is a verbatim quote from you to me in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So
close enough, yeah.
Now, QE's question to you is which one? There's two. It's your claim.
And I want to know if I've heard them before. So why don't you tell me what they are?
Try once more.
How can you claim
let me try
something you
once
don't
more,
know?
guys. Let me just try once more. Then I hand back to QE. Try really slowly. This is your claim. You need to tell us what you mean when you say conservation of momentum is Coriolis effect, end quote, Ackham virus. Your claim, we're asking you to detail, not what do you say it is, and I'll decide if I agree with it. You don't seem to understand.
No, that's not what I was saying by saying that. What I was saying was, let me see if I've heard of those two that you're talking about. I'm not saying let me agree with you.
Let me try once more.
Oh my God.
Let me try once more. We're not talking about them, virus. Do you understand that? Do you know who is talking about them, though? Do you know who is talking about that, though? Virus? Do you know who is talking about it, though? It's not us. It's you. So do you want to tell us, then?
You mentioned that there was two, so I want to know what the two are.
Well, you would know. You're making the claim, though, right? You would know.
He's still going to keep saying it.
You would know it's your claim. Do you not know? It's okay. I've misread the situation. I'm sorry, Virus. I apologize.
He said it.
It's okay. Hold on. I've misread this completely. Virus doesn't know what he's claiming. Bad.
The conservation of angular momentum over a spinning body. That's what I think Coriolis is.
While there's rumpusing, he's tried to detail it while people are talking and laughing. Try again, Virus. Go ahead.
Said Coriolis is the conservation of angular momentum over a spinning body or a spinning surface.
Angular momentum. Really? Well, let's move on from there. What are the two types of angular momentum?
What the fuck, man? You lost me on that one, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. You lost me on that one.
What? What are you guys, I've got to do it again. Not he lost you. Virus. Guys, please.
Yeah, he lost me.
It's going to be really painful because now
one.
he's going to interrupt me as well. Virus.
I'm sorry.
Right. I'll try this again. It's about the 5th time. Not he's lost you. Right? Again, you have just detailed your claim to us, not the other way round. Following your summary of it being angular, you were asked a question. Now, at no stage does this become QE's claim. At any point will he have to justify any of this. He's asking you about your words and your claim. Now you've expanded on it. It's angular, right? Those were your words. I don't know why I'm having to remind you this.
You don't have to. You just chose to do that.
So we're all
now, my question to QE is: what are the other types of what are the two types of angular momentum? Because you lost me on that question.
Two types of angular momentum are angular and linear. Then you chose one, angular, and then I asked you, what are the two types of angular momentum? That's where we're at.
Yeah, and I said I don't know. You lost me on that question. What are they?
Oh wow, that's a problem. So your claim that Coriolis effect is angular momentum, you don't really know what that means, then.
Yeah.
Tell me the two types of angular momentum. I'm not good with terminology. Can you tell me the two types of angular momentum?
For you, man.
I just have to say, see, Chuck, I wonder who's validated now.
Yeah.
Got him.
Touche.
Nice.
You delayed enough.
Somebody explain the types of angular momentum.
Oh, Virus has got more to say. Everyone be quiet. Go ahead, Virus.
Can QE please explain the two types of angular momentum, please?
QE, let me just paraphrase that for him. So, QE, hold on. QE, can you explain his claim to him so he can understand his own claim, please?
Don't explain my claim. Explain the two types of angular momentum.
In your claim.
But your claim was...
Don't momentum,
bro.
That's your claim. My claim. Explain the types of angular momentum, please.
That is the
Virus, you're not getting how that's your claim, right? You're not getting that?
No, all of this.
Because you define Coriolis as the conservation of angular momentum, like you just said, right? So now he's asking you what
I didn't say that there were two types of angular momentum.
Yeah, but you are defining Coriolis as angular momentum. So therefore, you should know what angular momentum is. What you're doing is exampling
I
that you don't.
That there were two types. So can you please?
So then you don't know your claim. That's what you just said. Thanks.
Bingo.
That's correct. Bingo. He doesn't know what he's claiming, but he needs us to tell him.
No, I don't need you to tell me what I'm claiming.
Now tell us what the two different types are I'm claiming.
This is great.
See, because the worst part is that if we tell you what types of angular momentum there are, right, then you're going to come back next time and tell us Coriolis is angular momentum. But you've already displayed that you don't know what it is.
No, believe me, I'm not going to. So please explain.
Oh, you're not going. So you're never going to say that again?
Of course he is. He'll say it tonight in the chat.
Yeah, I know.
But you know he's had enough time to at least Google it by now. Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's what I tried to do.
That's a good point. As we had time to Google what the two different types are. Virus. That would have been a smart move.
I don't want to Google it.
Why none of your Globe boys helping you out, man? Nobody DM'd you, let you know, like.
No, you know what? They actually probably could, but I'm not looking at that. If they did, I would rather y'all explain it, please.
Will Chuck be able to answer?
You would rather us explain your claim?
No.
Yeah. Chocolate's on it.
Don't explain my claim. explain angular momentum.
Was your claim the Coriolis effect was angular momentum?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I don't need you to explain my claim. I don't.
We need you to explain it.
I don't care about the Coriolis. All I care about is the two types of angular momentum.
Which was your claim?
Now.
You don't care about the Coriolis. That's what you're claiming angular momentum is, though.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Can y'all just please, like, for the love of God, please?
We can tell you, but you would have to concede that we have to now explain your claim to you.
You don't
and
have
then we
to
can
explain
end
my
this
claim.
punishment
you don't have to
right
explain
now.
nothing about Coriolis. Just explain the two types of angular momentum.
That's
Leave
not Coriolis.
Coriolis out of this.
That's not
Explain
Coriolis.
So
angular
explain your
momentum.
claim.
That's not Coriolis, though.
No, don't
problem.
explain my claim. This
The
has
problem
nothing to do
is,
with
Virus,
Coriolis. Explain the angular momentum.
Oh, it has nothing to do with Coriolis now. Oh, that's a shame because you said angular momentum was Coriolis.
Yeah, I thought
So
it was Coriolis.
Are you
Now it's got
debunking
nothing
yourself?
To do with it. What's going on? It either is or it isn't. Now you're saying it's nothing to do with it.
Right. That's what I
No,
heard.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the explanation of the two types of angular momentum has nothing to do with Coriolis at this moment. It's
Excellent.
Bingo.
Bingo bango. Next time you say Coriolis effect is angular momentum, do you need me to play this back to you?
It won't help.
That's cool. If you really want to, that's fine.
So
But
that's
can
cool.
you explain the two types of angular momentum, please?
Can you say it without any interruption? Just repeat what you just said, which was to say angular momentum has nothing to do with Coriolis effect. That was your last statement. Could you just repeat that?
My last statement was this conversation has nothing to do with Coriolis at the moment. It is just about the two types of angular momentum, not Coriolis.
Copy that.
So y'all don't need to explain the claim. Explain the two types of angular momentum.
Okay, and they've got nothing to do with Coriolis. Gotcha. Thank you.
I didn't say that.
I got
Yes.
that too.
Come on, give him the explanation. Come on, guys.
No way! You've got to be
on.
joking. Don't give it him, Arwin.
No.
I will never
Virus?
forgive you.
Virus?
Don't
That's
give it
such
him.
a bummer.
Don't give it him. Don't give it him.
Virus.
Arwin,
Really?
terrorist
Really?
sympathizer.
I'm asking
That's what he is.
nicely.
Arwen's a terrorist sympathizer.
He's already given you a concession now.
Put him on the list, QE.
He's already on there. He's been on there for 4 years.
Virus.
Oh, he
I've
doesn't. He
asked
might not have heard
Virus.
that. Did you hear that through the rumblings, Virus? I don't think you caught that.
Yeah, they put me on a list of some kind of list. What kind of list?
You, Arwen.
You're not on the list.
You're on
Oh.
dumb shit list, but we don't really care about that one. We're talking about another list.
Oh, what list are y'all talking?
He didn't hear what Arwin said. that was the problem.
Come on, guys.
What's your name?
4 more hours.
we think Arwin might be a terrorist sympathizer.
What?
No,
But come on, guys. Seriously, he gave you concession. You basically put him on the spot, but he did it because he really wants to know.
Yeah.
So what is it? Come on.
Can't answer his question. Arwin.
You
Let me
don't
answer
see
Arwin.
the problem with
Give it
that,
to him.
Arwen.
Yeah, we can't answer it,
We can
Arwin.
give
The
it to
reason
him, yeah.
we can't answer it because his question is directly contradictory. So what he's being asked about is his statement that Coriolis effect is angular momentum, and in his statement, it isn't. So how am I supposed to answer that, Arwin? Be reasonable.
Well, he's basically already dropped it. He's already conceded. He's already said, he just wants to separately know about this other thing that he's already conceded has nothing to do with Coriolis effect. He wants to know what that is because he's getting these messages a lot mixed up because there's other ballers out there that constantly claim this. So he just wants to know, so what is it then?
Fine, I'll help him out. Right, on your desktop, go to Google and type in what is
Goddamn,
conservation of angular momentum and see if it comes up with Coriolis effect. It won't.
If I type in Coriolis and angular momentum, it will come up. But I'm not looking for that. What I'm
I
looking
thought you just
for
said
is
it had
the
nothing to
types
do with the other.
What's he looking for? Just let him tell us what he wants.
Yeah, what I want, the two types.
The two types of angular momentum. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Why?
QE said there were two. No, there were two types. Which one?
Yeah, but
So
why? Why do you want
I want
it?
to know those two types.
Why? What for?
He's trying to test us. Google it.
For knowledge. Is this something I don't know that I want to know?
But for what purpose?
Google
You're
it.
missing my point. What's it for? What's it useful for?
Self-knowledge. It's just for knowledge. It's for
But what,
learning
though?
something. I like to learn. This
Look,
is learning something.
let me break it down. If I say, look, just show me how to use the tape measure, and I go, what for? And I go, I just want to know how to use it. And I go, well, for what purpose? And I go, well, I want to cut a hole in this wall. You go, all right, I see. Well, you drag it out and you look at the numbers and then you match it up to what you want to cut. That's how you use a tape measure. And I'm saying, why do you want to know about conservation of angular momentum and the two different angular types? What's the use? What's the point?
Okay, so if you came to me and asked me about a tape measure, you wouldn't have to go through none of that because I would just show you how to use it. I wouldn't ask you what for.
I understand that, but this isn't a workshop for woodwork, right? We're in a debate about the nature of Earth, so obviously there's got to be a relevance to the topic.
Okay, and it seems like it is.
Says who?
So can you?
Oh, says who? Says who? Who says it's relevant, and how is it relevant?
Because the conversation was about what Coriolis is, which led to the conservation of angular momentum, which then led to QE talking about there are two different types. So I want to know those two different types.
Yeah, that's your claim. We know that. And we're saying, what's the relevance?
I'm not talking about the claim. I just want to know what the two momentum, the two angular momentums are.
Ah, I see.
I think a lot of people might want to know. You clear it up for your audience.
You claimed that you're a math major a couple days ago.
Yeah, I'm not a science person. I'm a math major, not a science person. Science we're talking about.
Don't worry about his audience. They don't want to know.
So you just said math season science?
Hey, no, it's some smart people in your audience. If they don't know, they might want to know.
Fine, I'll agree to tell you if you'll agree to allow us or indulge us with our explanation of Coriolis effect and how it's debunked.
Hold on, say that last part one more time. How y'all explain Coriolis and how it's debunked?
Yeah, if you'll indulge us, maybe I won't even ask for a concession at the end. But if you'll indulge us, I'll ask QE to tell you the two different angular types, because I don't know.
So you probably curious too.
Not in the slightest. I'm curious what it might prove. I'm just curious what it might prove.
That was the perfect answer.
No, I am not in the slightest bit curious. I just want to know what it might prove.
So, what is it that you actually want me to do again? Say that for me one time. You want me to explain Coriolis the way y'all...
Allow me to correct your misapprehension about what Coriolis effect is and how it's not applied to an Earth that's claimed to spin. If you'll indulge me, I'll politely ask QE. I can't guarantee you'll say yes.
QE, are you going to say yes? No.
We'll see. Are you agreeable, QE? Will you tell him the answer?
So mean to him.
We're not being mean to him. He's just a numpty.
Yeah, but he's being a nice numpty.
Nice numpty.
I'm towing Arwen's line right now.
He's not asking you, at least. He just wants to know.
Yeah, I agree,
Until
Arwen.
he's on chat.
I'm siding with you here, Arwen, in case you hadn't noticed.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So for his claim, let's go through it real quick. His claim is the conservation of momentum. His initial claim, the conservation of momentum is Coriolis. Now, number one, they're two different words, two different phrases, right? So they're not the same. That's a law of identity violation. Now, within the conservation of momentum, there are two types.
I'm curious. I'm sorry. Can I just say something real quick? Can I please say something real quick, QE?
What the hell's going on? Who's talking? Oh, it's virus. Of course it is.
Dude. Yeah, it's me.
Dude.
It's me. That's why I'm asking QE. Can I please say something real quick?
No, you asked for an explanation. Okay. You're getting it. Shut up.
Exactly. Be quiet.
You're going to turn the other one on your side against you.
I can't believe this.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just cleared the air to get you an explanation and answer that you've been asking for 10 minutes, and you're going to interrupt it. I can't believe this.
Is that a surprise?
Well, I at least want him to get what I said right. That's the reason I was interrupting.
We heard it 10 times. We definitely don't misunderstand you, Virus. We are not stupid or deaf. We know what you want.
And we know what you said. You said it in my chat the other day. You said it another number of times to Nathan. We already know that you said that the Coriolis effect is conservation of momentum. That's what you said. I seen you write it, right?
Or spinning.
Yes or no?
Yes, you have to add with it over a spinning surface.
Conservation of momentum is the Coriolis effect, is what you said. So, there are two types of momentum that are conserved. There's angular and linear momentum. And then I asked you what those types were. You didn't know. And then I said, well, give me the two types of those. You didn't know. I said angular and linear. Now, I said, which one are you talking about? You finally said angular. Well, there's two types of angular momentum. That's spin and orbital. However, the definition of angular momentum, listen closely, is a measure of an object's tendency to continue rotating. So, when we're looking at the Coriolis effect, we're not all that much concerned about the rotating Earth. We're concerned about the object leaving that rotating Earth. Because that object that leaving the rotating Earth isn't rotating. So the conservation of angular momentum has nothing whatsoever to do with the Coriolis effect. You're tracking, sunshine.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Rest in peace.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that explanation, QE. So I do stick with. But I do. I really do appreciate that. That explanation, QE. I really appreciate.
Right. So you're in a category error. So it's not angular momentum, because the thing that's concerning angular momentum is the object's tendency to continue rotating. Like I said, we're concerned with the object leaving off that fairy tale spinning rotating object, not the rotating object itself. Follow?
Okay.
So
Cool.
Good.
I still appreciate that explanation.
In
I really
Coriolis
do.
effect virus.
Right. So angular momentum would apply, for example, to a physical gyroscope. Right?
The spin of the gyro itself, yeah, you could apply it to the spinning gyro, yeah.
So
Yeah, but-
angular momentum actually proved the Earth is stationary?
You could claim that, and people have with gyros, yes.
I
Because there's-
wonder if what I read meant linear momentum.
No, you want to go down that road.
So
virus,
QE, let me run. What's
virus,
up?
just one sec. Virus. The point is, it's not Coriolis
Uh-huh.
effect. Because to have Coriolis effect, right? Just let me break this down for you. Please indulge me. If you're on a roundabout and you're looking at something that's not on the roundabout, the effect that you see is induced by you turning underneath it. Do you understand that?
Wow.
Chance. We lost your connection, virus.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'll try once more.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, let me try once more. To have Coriolis
Okay.
deflection, to have 15 degrees drift, right? You've got to have a roundabout that's turning at that rate and see something not attached to the roundabout. Do you understand that that's how you have Coriolis effect? You turning under something that's not attached to your spinning reference frame. Do you understand that?
Yeah, basically, an object is moving straight. It appears to deviate because I am kind of moving. I'm moving, not the object. I mean,
Right.
the object is moving straight, but I'm the one that's going off to the side, which makes it seem like it's deviating.
Perfect. Exactly.
I get
exactly. But in my example, it doesn't have to be moving at all. So if it just so we remove that aspect for the example, if you're on a roundabout, a kid's roundabout in a playground, spinning around, but you're looking at a lamppost, yeah, that's got no direction at all. Would you agree?
Exactly.
Right. Now, would you also concede that as you spin underneath it, you can see it appear to be moving, drifting?
I mean, of course, maybe it's the way I'm looking at it. I don't see anything that's off the roundabout moving in person.
No, but from your position spinning on the roundabout, though, you would appreciate that as you rotate round the roundabout, you look at the lamppost seem to come towards you, and then as you pass it, it's past, you can't see it anymore at all, and then you go back around, and then you see it coming towards you again. You understand that, right? That's Coriolis effect. That's the drift.
I see what you're saying, but wouldn't that be more on the lines of the way the Earth and the sky spin?
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. I just need you to say yes. I understand that the lamppost concreted into the ground lamppost isn't actually moving. The effect is only induced because I'm turning underneath it.
It has to be moving in order to look like Coriolis.
No. So the lamppost is fixed into the ground, and yet as you rotate, it looks like it's coming towards you. It isn't really. It's concreted into the ground. It hasn't got legs. So it looks like it's coming towards you, and that bit that looks like it's coming towards you because you're turning, moving towards it. That's Coriolis effect. Doesn't need the lamppost to be moving for my example to make sense. The not actual drift is you moving towards it. Do you understand? It's fairly simple.
Okay. Can I give you an example of what
I'm giving you an example.
Coriolis?
I'm giving you one. So what, middle of my example? Maybe you should give me one? No. Maybe just say yes.
Okay. I understand your example.
Excellent. Now, no worries. Now I've got a question based on my example to you. So, the concreted into the ground lamppost isn't actually moving, but is demonstrating this Coriolis deflection, this drift, this not actual movement because we turn underneath it. Now can you explain to me what precisely is the lamppost retaining?
It's not moving.
So it's not retaining any fucking velocity then?
Yeah, that's because that's your example of Coriolis.
So not an example of retention of velocity of any description. The lamppost hasn't got any velocity to retain.
Exactly, it's not moving.
So it's not akin to your demonstration you made incorrectly over and over again that conservation of momentum is Coriolis effect. Because it's not. The drift we observe in the lamppost hasn't got any conserved momentum. But we still see drift. That's Coriolis effect, something totally different to conservation of momentum. Do you understand now?
Okay. Well, can I ask you a question?
No, you could just say, yes, I understand that I have declared, because I'm stupid, that conservation of momentum, something with a completely separate title and description, is Coriolis effect, when it is not, because the lamppost isn't conserving anything. I'd like you to just concede that.
In your example of Coriolis, that is exactly what's going on.
That is Coriolis. And there's no retention of angular velocity. I'd like you to concede that you were wrong.
Can I give you my example?
There isn't one. No, you just need to concede that the lamppost either needs to retain some angular velocity for it to appear to drift in Coriolis deviation, which is incorrect, or concede you're wrong.
Can I give you my example first? So that way you can see where I'm coming from.
I've just given you an example that you've not acknowledged. So what? Should I just listen to your example and completely ignore it and move on to a different example where we have no concession or acknowledgement of anything anybody says? That's totally unreasonable, given I've just taken the time to explain how incorrect you are about this lamppost retaining some sort of angular momentum, which it doesn't. I'd like you to concede that.
Well, how about I take my time to explain it to you and you don't have to concede it either?
Well, you'd be wrong.
That's even.
Your assertion involves the lamppost retaining angular velocity, and it doesn't.
Well, my example does not.
It doesn't have anything to do with angular momentum being retained then when detailing Coriolis. So your assertion that it does is wrong then.
My example doesn't even include a roundabout. So can I at least explain to you how I learned Coriolis?
God, I'm feeling really stupid for calling you a nice numpty now.
Yeah, so...
I mean, I'm still being nice.
Yeah, you're being nice and stupid and unreasonable. Unreasonable. Just unreasonable more than anything. So we've taken you through the example step by step. You've conceded at every stage except the conclusory stage, which is where you say, yeah, I understand it now. I understand that the lamppost I declared retained angular momentum Doesn't. It doesn't have anything to retain.
But-
the effect is only induced from you turning underneath it. So the effect has nothing to do with the projectile retaining any sort of momentum. That's just incorrect. You're still yet to concede it.
Okay.
Instead, you want to move on to a different
But-
point and mutter through me.
No. I'm saying, but I told you
Virus.
I understood your example.
So then concede that you were wrong when you said that Coriolis effect is retention of velocity in some description. It isn't.
You at least hear me.
Oh my god, dude, you already basically laid it out. Just say, yes, Nathan, I concede, I was wrong, I learned my mistake. Come
He's
on.
not. He wants to go to his example.
I am not going to lie to y'all. I have more respect for y'all than that. I'm not just going to sit here and lie to you.
Oh my god, so
your
you are
example.
really
I
a
understand
fucking
Virus,
zealot then.
but-
You
but
basically
hold on,
found out
hold on.
your mistake and you still are doubling down on that mistake that you literally laid down and basically conceded. What kind of an idiot are you?
Virus. It's just that you're
What
being
did I-
slightly disingenuous, man. Because the example
How?
that was laid out by Nathan, right? You conceded at every point, right? That it was experiencing Coriolis effect, right? With a lamppost that's not moving, that's not conserving any momentum, right?
Exactly. That's why I said I
Right,
understand
right.
his example.
Okay,
and
hold
I
on, hold
agree
on.
With his,
So
in
you
that
just
example, I
hold
agree.
on, man. Hold Virus. Give me a second. You just conceded. You got Coriolis effect. You have no conservation of angular momentum. In that example, Coriolis effect is therefore nothing to do with angular momentum, right?
Not in that example. In my example, it would have been, but not in that example. I don't even use a roundabout.
But that
to explain
debunks the
Coriolis.
claim that Coriolis effect is angular momentum. Do you not get that yet?
No, he doesn't. And with that, I'm going to say a huge, massive, enormous thank you to both Discord and G Plus panels for making today's after show possible. Of course, a massive thank you to all of you in either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley premiering streams for hopefully smashing the super chat, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, and all that good stuff. Be sure to check out nathanoakley.com and the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate.